Today we have renowned Islamic scholar Spencer Roberts to discuss the deadly attacks in Iran. Mr. Roberts, how are you today and what can you tell us about the attacks?
Good to see you today, Gwen, and thank you for having me on again. Well, I think that this could be a false flag type attack. Right now the Islamic State is claiming responsibility and have uploaded some videos that make it look like their members carried out these attacks, but there is something off about this that make me suspect there is a bigger picture.
Bigger picture? Excuse me, Mr. Roberts, I know that you are the expert, but hasn't the Islamic State claimed that Shia Islam is wrong and the Shiites are apostates to Islam? Wouldn't that give them cause for this attack?
Well, Gwen, that is exactly what the Iranians are stating, and it is true that some minor skirmishes between Shia and Sunni Muslims have occurred in the past. However, don't forget that the Obama administration gave Iran hundreds of millions of dollars in arms shipments as well. I find it hard to believe with all their resources Iran couldn't stop a handful of terrorists, especially since the terrorists were Muslim like the Iranians.
Well then, how do you explain the attack? Who do you think was behind it?
I think this is pretty clear-cut that Iran allowed some Syrians in to perpetuate the attack in order to gain some sympathy and perhaps more Russian and American arms. It's no secret that the Russians and Iranians have a common friend in the Assad regime in Syria. The dirty secret is that the Islamic State is only pretending to fight Assad. He released most of the jihadi radicals when some reformists started making waves. This led to the formation of the Islamic State. With America and NATO throwing weapons and money in the fight along with the Russians and the Saudis, Syria is becoming home to the largest jihadi movement in history.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roberts. This is all fascinating, but we are running out of time. Can you concisely state why Iran would stage an attack on itself?
Simply put, the Iranians are sowing the seeds of confusion. Now that the Iran deal allowed them to build their bomb, it is a matter of time before they hire ISIS to drive it across Syria, Iraq through Jordan, and then Iran will keep its promise to blow Israel off the map. That's why I called it a false flag.
Sorry to interrupt again, but this seems like a wild accusation from such a brilliant man.
Okay, I have indisputable proof that the attacks were faked. If you look at this photo, you will see a little girl laughing as she is supposedly fleeing the attack. This is just obvious.
And that's why you are the expert. Once again you heard the brilliant analysis supported by fact, not fiction, first here on Coyote News. Next, did former President Obama sell American companies that weren't his to sell when his was president? When we come back,